Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. We've got two wars wrapped up into one today for you against two really strong opponents, GT40 and Kenobi. And this first fight is GT40. I had 3 fights this war. First is up against this Airwalker. We get to bring Mr. Fantastic to war, which is always a really fun experience. Go in here, activate our pre-fights, and it's Kinetic Transference, but we have it already reduced by 40%, and as soon as we get this first special 2 off, it's going to be reduced by 80%, so Kinetic Transference is no longer really in play. And we also have the Petrify Mastery Max, so when we hit him, he's barely getting any power. When you combine the Petrify Mastery with the Combat Power Reduction from Mr. Fantastic. So we're going in here, healing from his debuffs. The only thing you have to watch out for here is to not really dex his specials. You want to block or parry them if you can, ideally. And you'll see coming up here is the one mistake I make in the fight. I thought I'd connected that hit before launching the special, but I didn't. But we don't get punished for it. We're just going to parry, keep our debuffs up, and finish off this fight. That SP2 probably would have finished it, but instead we're just going to have to go in one more time. So not too big of a deal. We're going to come out of here with 100% health. Really awesome experience using him in war. So moving on to a Domino on Vivified, I think. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing here. But yeah, here we go. We're on to the Domino. And again, this is a relatively tricky placement, just because you're gonna probably be pushing Domino to a bunch of different SP3s if she's not willing to play with you. It's got Vivified, so you're going to be increasing her combat power rate pretty substantially. Here we go, finally getting into the fight. Sorry about that. Have a kind of a busy day. It's my birthday tomorrow, and so I haven't had a ton of time to be as thorough about this as I normally would like to be, but we're going to boost up here with Warlock. We turned on full suicides in between these two fights. Petrify is max, Pacify is max, and we're just going to try to go in here. We've got Special 3 defense boost on, we've got Invuln boost, and we're going to just try to destroy her before she can really get too many specials off. But the thing you'll notice in this fight, she's actually super special happy, which is nice, because the danger of this fight is getting backed up and losing your Invuln boost or something, but she's just really happy to throw her SP1 here. So we go in and just keep hitting her as much as possible, only when parried. When she's lucky, we have to be aware that she could shrug the stun pretty quickly, but with Pacify up, I'm not too concerned about it. She keeps throwing her special 1. I'm just trying to play safe, hit her when possible, and I'm going to throw off an SP2 when I get it and try to just finish this fight off. But again, she's being very cooperative. This is about as ideal as this could go. The tricky thing with Domino is always if she doesn't play ball with you. So she's going to come in, we're going to throw another SP2 and finish the fight. So it went pretty much perfectly. Now in this next fight, my only fight for section 2, we're taking a Bishop Kinetic Transference mini, and I'm supposed to place Mr. Fantastic pre-fights here, but I'm just excited. We're kind of cruising down the right side. I'm excited to get it done. I want to take this fight. I only have 3 fights this war, and I make a pretty big mistake here, which is that I don't place Mr. Fantastic debuffs. I just go into the fight, which means that I have to get some Petrifies up quick and deal with his Kinetic Transference as fast as possible. So I'm going to throw this off, try to get a Petrify. We don't get it there, so now we're going to back up. And we're going to try to bait SP2s only, so I'm playing pretty slow. We get 1 Petrify, that's good. That's going to limit him by 50% on his Kinetic Transference, so now he has an SP2. Don't want to push him to too many prowess. He's not a very high sig bishop, so we have some room to play with. Show off the little SP2 decks there. Again, we've got the Invuln boost up, but at this point I feel pretty good about the fight. Or no, we had the Power Star 1, not the Invuln boost, sorry. But I do eat a combo there. Not really sure what happened. I thought I parried him, but I guess I just was a little bit late. But now we've got the fight pretty much locked down. He's got no Kinetic Transference. He's backing us up into the corner a little bit. I'm just trying to play wide open, so he'll throw this SP2. I don't want to deal. If I push him to too many more prowess, he's going to go unblockable. We full dex it again. And we're going to finish this fight off here pretty quickly. We've got Fear of the Void up now. We're going to start hitting pretty hard. And our debuffs are taking pretty hard as well. 2 petrifies. Now we're going to be reversing his power when he hits into our block. And we just kind of cruise to the finish here. So, although I made a pretty big mistake by not placing the Mr. Fantastic petrifies, we come out of there and we play the fight pretty well. Unfortunately, we did lose that war against GT40, just not our best war overall. But yeah, 3 fights from me. I did my job, did what I could, and now we're moving on to the war against Kenobi, which just finished today. Again, just 4 fights for me this war. I'm trying to just be clean and consistent in each of them. We're up against Green Goblin here. He's going to be unblockable at the start of the fight, so that's what we mainly have to watch out for. So I'm just dexing here a little bit. Going to try to hit a little intercept. We get it. So now I feel like we're in a pretty good place. You'll see he heals a ton on this node. So really need someone who can shut down that healing, which Warlock is great for. I'm just throwing off this SB2 to get the infection up, get the armor breaks up, and not get into a place where I have to essentially wait out his unblockable and not be able to throw my special off. So here, again, he's about to go unblockable, so I'm just going to back off. Just wait out this unblockable. It's almost over. Now we're going to go in and throw off an SB2 and the fight should pretty much be over. We have the infection up already, which again is why I wanted to refresh it with the SB2 early. Going in for one more here, throw this off, and he's done. So, Warlock with Suicides on and power back boosts is pretty nuts, and you'll see that again in this upcoming Void fight. So this is Void on Masochism. It's pretty much just a standard Void. I don't think this is the best placement for him, but again, if you misplay Void, he can punish you pretty hard. So the goal is here to just maintain our combo, be aware of Masochism, and again, just cycle SP2s and finish the fight. So we're still on that first Power Start 1 boost. We're just going to go in and try to get this thing done, read the nodes really quick, and get into it. You just have to be aware that our first parry is going to fail. So parry, he goes for a heavy, not going to go in. And now that Masochism is down, we can parry. We're going to get our infection up here so that the next round of Masochism will fail. There we go, it's up. I'm going to throw off this SB2, purify his debuff. Again, it's nice to have so many hits on that. And just be able to push over the 10 anytime he's up to a combo, or up to his next debuff. But you see there, we just throw off another SB2 and the fight's over. Really fast fight. Moving on to Section 2, Path 4, Immortal Abomination. We're going in with Kingpin. We just have to be aware that he's going to go unblockable. I want to bait SP1s and pretty much just cycle special 2s in overpower. So we're going in here, trying to actually hit into his block and get some debuffs on us so we can go into overpower. We're unblockable. Here I want to bait out an SP1 if at all possible. But we've already done a ton of damage. We're hitting pretty hard. Here I'm just trying to get this SP1 out of him. He finally throws it. Now I'm going to go for an SP2. And we're going to get a ton of power back from it. And again, I want to bait another special. So I go in here, just try to tap him, try to make him throw it. And I decide to just go for this. I'm going to get back to another SP2. Bait out the dash, finish him off. So, pretty easy fight. Kingpin is pretty nuts, and we're moving on to our final fight of the war, which is Terrax on, again, that steady build up unblockable crumbling armor. And I just have a little brain fart here and just don't react in time at the start. He's unblockable, of course, because of my rage and the heal block debuff, so I should just be dexing back, but for some reason I just take a combo, which hits pretty hard. But it's fine, don't panic, we're unblockable. Go in, throw off our SP2 and overpower, get a good amount of power back. He's down to 0 power. I don't think this is great placement for him just because, again, Kingpin exists. I go in with a dash, unblockable SP2, get some power back. He's going to throw off his SP1, which is fine. We're in overpower still. We're just going to go in, take these armor debuffs, get our second overpower up. He's not unblockable at this point, so we can just parry and go for this SP2 and finish him off. So, easy fight for me. 4 clean fights that war, other than the little mistake there on Terrax. Unfortunately, 2 deaths, a great performance from us, in all honesty, was not enough to get it done. Kenobi only died once, and so we lost back-to-back wars. Not where we wanted to be, but honestly we performed pretty strongly. 2 deaths is nothing to scoff at, and I don't think anyone is too torn up about it. We're just going to keep going out, keep competing, try to lock up that top 3 spot this season, try to win out our last 2 wars. And yeah, so those 2 fun wars, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, please subscribe for future content, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll catch you later.